Hi, everyone. Welcome to Grab Your Keys. I have a friend and a special guest on today. She's only doing this because of me, she just said. So I am very privileged by that. But Kim Billingsley, I always say, it takes me a second, lots of syllables. So Kim Billingsley is here with me today. She is an entrepreneur extraordinaire. She is the best photographer in the entire world, but specifically in Bucks and Montgomery and Philadelphia counties. She is the only one practically who's allowed to, she is actually the only one who is allowed to take photos of me. And we have her at all of our events. So I am so super proud to have you on and that you're a great friend of mine. So Kim, welcome to Grab Your Keys.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So, you are a photographer. You make everyone look amazingly beautiful. You are so kind while you're taking your photos. You've photographed my entire family and me in business for decades. So, how did you get into this field and what made you have the entrepreneurial spirit that you have?
So, I knew my interest in photography started as a child because my grandfather actually took film pictures and developed pictures in an area of his basement. So, when I went to visit my grandparents, I was exposed to nature, like activities outside, and then photography and development in his basement. So, it kind of planted a seed very young. And then I remember at 10, I had a birthday party and I was taking pictures and I had this enlightening moment. I love this. I love to make people feel good.
Right.
When you get a picture taken and someone says, "I like that," it warms my heart and makes them feel good.
Right, because you are taking a picture that's important to them, and then you make them look great and feel great. That's just a whole full circle, that's just so great. And for special events that you're taking things for, like a birthday party, like you just said. So what gave you, was it your grandfather that gave you the entrepreneurial spirit that you have, to be that self-starter?
I think my mom did because my mom went into real estate when I was in sixth grade, and I saw her enjoy the flexibility of a career and life and people. And I have to say, got married at 30 and then had 3 kids from 32 to 35. And those years of being married and being pregnant and having children, I just kept taking pictures for everyone as a gift. And it snowballed into something so big that I remember when my youngest at 3 went to preschool and we had a play date, and the mom walked through my home and said, "Can I pay you to take my family photos and actually help me get them up?" Because a
Oh,
lot of
wow.
people take pictures and don't know what to do with them.
Right.
And all I said was, once again, that enlightening moment came. All I said was, yes. And from there, it just snowballed. I started taking pictures, helping people with their pictures. So 25 years ago. And then I also could be flexible to be a mom of 3 kids.
Right. How did that, so that was great that you're able to balance being a mom of three close together, like boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
and being able to be at different events and also to, do what you love. How did you balance, everything all at once? Like, how did you balance your family time and your work time, or did you just take it as it came?
Well, I feel like sometimes you're blessed with people. So I had parents that were in New Jersey that would come over and help me.
Hmm.
I also hired a 19-year-old who was pretty much an angel on earth that actually could really do a great job with 3 kids,
Right.
3 and under, one being a nursed baby.
Right.
Um, and I think because I was able to develop my career and work, I was a better mom.
Right. How
So
did that make you a better mom?
it made me a better mom because I got to feed my passion of being a mom as well as I could with the time I had with my kids, which was full time. But then I also got to go out and be creative and work with people and events and open my mind and heart and take care of people.
And as now your children are adults,
Yeah.
how do they feel? How do they see you? How are you seen in their eyes because of all that you've done and that you were able to balance both?
I think they are thankful that I got to be a very present mom, but I still got to fulfill what I needed to professionally and creatively. And I have two girls and a boy. They're all in their 20s. They're all independent. They're in different states across the United States. They are independent, successful, confident. They all have their own industries that they're in, but they, interestingly enough, they're all creative too.
That's what I was going to ask. So they all have the kind of both sides of their brain, that they do some of the analytic parts, but they're also some of the artsy parts. I feel that I kind of have both sides. I work with both sides. I like the creativity part of my job and the
Yes.
marketing part, but I also like the analytic part. And people are like, how do you have both? Like, how does that work? And I think that you're just pretty much raised with that sometimes. And I see that also with your children. So that's super fantastic.
It also helped me when they were all in college one year because they were all in college and I had the flexibility to bring them to college, visit them at college, you know.
And I
So
think that you have that those years where they're young, but I think those years come back again where you need to be almost more present sometimes when they're in college too, because that's where you're, even if they're in different states, you really need some more of that flexibility, where you might not need as much flexibility when they're in sports and stuff right in the same town that you're in.
Right. What has helped me over the years, whether they were young, like when they were all in elementary school, I took pictures for the yearbook and made the yearbook. So I was very present. They saw me at every event. I had to get every kid in the school in the yearbook 3 times.
Right.
And then I consider it soft marketing. I'm sure there's another name for it, but my soft marketing is to take, I took pictures of my kids' sports teams and gave them out.
Right.
Just because I felt it was my gift to share.
Right. And
everybody has gifts.
You get. Sometimes when you give, you get.
Yeah.
So because if people love it and it's special to them, especially giving something that has your child in it, like, that's just the best gift ever. So it is the best gift ever.
I have someone in my town that just told me last month that their favorite picture of a lifetime I took 20 years ago, and it is framed and will always be in a special place in their heart and in their home. And when that happens, it's a beautiful feeling.
Yeah. I agree with that. You didn't do the picture that I love in my house because I didn't know you at the time and my grandmother wasn't alive since that time. But I have, and you probably have seen it because you've been in my house. I have a picture of 4 generations of women, from my daughter, who's like 1, to my grandmother. So my daughter, myself, my mom, my grandmother. And I'm so thankful that I took that picture when I did. And it's in my hallway, and I look at it every day, and those pictures last a lifetime. And that's what you're actually doing, is you're giving people that gift that lasts a lifetime.
It's also helped me bridge a gap between being a parent and a parent and your kids growing. So when my son went to college in Colorado, it gave me a great mission to go out and volunteer to photograph lacrosse.
Yeah, that's great.
So I could be on the field, I could enjoy the game, but then I could also share it with coaches and parents. And
yeah, that's so great that you share your gift. What do you feel your 3 keys to success have been? What, if you had to narrow them down to 3 keys to success, since we are on Grab Your Keys, what are your 3 keys?
I think my first key is that I see something special and beautiful in every single person, no matter what their age, their sex, what part of their life they're in. I see something, I care about it, and I can capture it. Another one is I really like to treat everyone with love and respect. So I kind of like to go in peacefully and grounded to see, because everybody's different. Everybody's personalities, everybody's insecurities or, you just have to calmly figure out. I did it yesterday. I did a big extended family shoot and I went from 9 months old to 70, and everybody has a different personality that you have to calmly handle.
Right. And take each person and place them in the best light that they can possibly, literally the light, in the best light that they can possibly be in with, and I'm sure you have animals sometimes and all that other great stuff.
Yep. I love animals. They're good to add.
Yeah, they're always good to add. I think that one time you were doing a shoot with my new puppy, and I think he was scared of people, and I was like, as long as he doesn't pee on me, and you're like, okay, if he pees, he pees. I'm like, no, I'm all dressed. So
that's how I feel with puppies and babies. It's okay.
Yeah, that's
Whatever has to happen.
So see something special in each person, care and capture, treat with love and respect. What's the third one?
I also think I try to work efficiently, and I'm determined to deliver so people don't wait too long. I feel like if you're going to put in time to work on something, put it in, don't put it off.
Yes, that's so true. I think that, is there a difference between capturing like a person and then capturing a still object? Like, I know that you do a lot of people, but you also give me beautiful cards that have like flowers and balloons and bunnies. Like, is there a difference in like, how do you make something just like a bunny just look so cute?
Right. I think I just use my instincts on what I see in something.
Okay.
And what's beautiful, even like if I'm shooting an event or a wedding, I can tell when I take a picture, I call it my money shot. Like I physically feel the charge of, you've got this.
Yeah. You can feel like it's an instinct.
Yeah.
And it's really using your instinct while you're in the moment.
Yes.
To capture that. How do you find that money shot?
I think you just use your instincts and work towards it. A lot of times people think your first picture is going to be it. Sometimes you have to move. You have to move angles and positions and talk to someone and make adjustments, and then they come. Even with group shots, I believe that it needs like a little nurturing.
Do you feel like there's a specific, I'm going to just ask you a couple photography questions, since that's what we're talking a little bit about. Is there like a specific color that looks best on camera? Everyone's always like, what color do you want me to wear? Is there anything that's better, like for the bridesmaids? Like, is there a specific color that you should be geared towards, or for you in a professional photo shoot?
So what I always say to everyone is everyone needs to be true to themselves. A lot of people think they're getting ready for a picture and they have something in their mind, like I have to wear a suit or I have to do this or that. I actually think life's creative and people should really be true to themselves. So if it's a professional shot, how do you dress? What's your power outfit? Because I want someone to put that on, because then you're going to see their energy, their confidence, their pizzazz.
And the way that they feel best.
Yeah. So that counts across the board, whether it's professional or a family's being photographed. I always say to the moms, take time for yourself. Figure out an outfit that you're going to feel fantastic so that your family photos make you happy.
Right. That's amazing. You have such tremendous style. How would you say one person needs to find their style? People ask me all the time, like, how do I find my style? How do I find my style for a picture? Like, it's not that easy for some people. Is it what they do feel comfortable in? And what if they never feel comfortable in anything because they just don't know what their style is?
So I'll tell you what I do with a lot of people is they either send me pictures, or I've had people bring suitcases in my home and studio, and I get to put together outfits. Sometimes they even come upstairs and grab my things to help them mix things together. So I think the biggest thing in life is experiment and don't be afraid.
Yeah, absolutely. I do love that. How do you see your industry of photography and being an entrepreneur evolving right now?
Um, well, the one thing is I know that I'll always have a camera for all the days I get on this earth. I will always have a camera. So if you ever think I have something going on, I should call Kim. You should call Kim, because no
Right.
matter how old I am, I will take care of you. And I will, because I know it's so deeply in my heart. It's my mission. Like, it's nice to know what you're supposed to do in life.
It's your passion.
Yeah. I do think the future has changed. There's AI, there's cell phones that people use a lot. But I also think the human touch and interaction will never be replaced.
Yeah, absolutely not. Yeah, absolutely. I know that people can't say you can't tell an AI picture, but I
Yes,
feel
you
I can
yes,
tell
you
an
will.
AI picture. I can definitely tell an AI picture.
Thank you.
So, for sure, for sure. Um, and I think that I used during the holiday, not the holidays, I used an AI picture during a snowstorm, and I think that somebody in my family was like, take that down. I didn't think it looked good, but I thought it looked good enough. You
Right.
know, it was snowing. I was like, here's
I'm
a
sure it's one
picture.
of your children. They're our
Yeah,
biggest critics.
I'm actually not 100% sure, but they are children are our biggest critics. So, what's a challenge that you have faced that has helped you shape who you are today?
Um, so I grew up with a dad that did not believe in art. So when me and my two sisters went to college, he said he would not support us in the arts at all. So we had to go into, my one sister went into law, the other went into accounting, I went into business, but I took every moment I could in art, like all my electives, side classes. I finished school in London. My 5 electives were art. When I came back and got a real job that my dad said I had to get to support myself, it was selling business uh, paper and forms for a large company out of Chicago. And it was actually exciting because it was sales, and it made me approach every kind of business, all different kinds of people, from the Philadelphia sports teams to the Rittenhouse Square Hotel. But the interesting story is I was biking on Kelly Drive, and I saw this older gentleman with a beat up station wagon with overflowing art supplies, and he was oil painting. And I thought, I think I'm safe to go up to him because it's daytime. But
Mm-hmm.
I had been doing art, like painting and pottery and photography. So I wanted to talk to him about painting. He ended up being the vice president of Roman Haas. And so, one, I got a client. And two, he told me about an art school in South Philadelphia that I went to once a week in all of my 20s to keep art in my
Wow,
life.
I love that. Yeah,
Yeah.
and you can really see the artistic view that you have of everything. So you do have that eye for detail, and I think that's so important. Um, what's a piece of advice that you use all the time?
Um, I think the biggest piece of advice is to work from your heart and your instincts. So many people are kind of mind heavy
Hmm.
versus just calmly working from their heart. And
Yeah,
then you care about people and what
that
happens.
goes back to your 3 keys to success: to care and capture and to treat with love. I mean, each one of your 3 keys have something about that in there. So that's really illustrating your core values.
Yes.
For sure. So, what's a daily discipline that you have that's a non-negotiable for you?
Um, well, I have started my mornings with a daily word, which is a
Mhm.
paragraph of prayer about the day. And what I find amazing is so many times it hits the topic of the day for me.
Right.
I also have a little journal where I write 3 things that I'm thankful for.
A gratitude journal, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they are great. They are great. How do you feel photography plays a part in people's lives today? I mean, everyone's all on their phone. If I have my phone within arm's reach, how do you feel photography plays? I mean, we all have 10,000 photos, or a lot of us
I think we're overwhelmed with photos, and
right.
I think that I wish there was a way to simplify it down to favorites.
Right.
Across the board, whether it's a photo session or pictures you take. Like I just went to an Irish festival, and really I just want a few pictures. That pictures should trigger feelings and memories.
Right.
And you don't need hundreds.
Yeah. So I just saw on Instagram, I think, and I think that I might have saved it, that they were like snapshots, and they were like 10 or 2 snapshots every month of every year. And then it would be in a box and she had like 10 going back, or she was stacking them, but they were printed out. And then she could, you could pull the box out and they were like the 12 or the 15. And I was thinking to myself, that's really great, because, I have 10,000 shots and sometimes I can't even find the photo that's a special photo that I'm looking for, or a video that I'm looking for. And you forget to favorite things sometimes, or sometimes I favorite them for other reasons because I'm doing a photo book for a birthday or something for someone. And then I forget to unfavorite all the ones of this person.
Right.
So I thought that was really interesting, because we do want to capture the time, but when you have 10,000 photos,
right,
you sometimes get entrenched by it.
So this reminds me of something I created during the pandemic. All of my kids were in college. I was out in Colorado photographing my sons across, and then the world came to a close. So all of a sudden, people were saying, aren't you happy your kids are home? And honestly, I wasn't. I wanted them to live their lives in college and me to be home and visit them. But I came up with pandemic porch pictures because I got to the point where I thought, I have to get out. I need to be creative. People should remember this time in their lives. And it was a snapshot. So when you're talking about, we were talking about there's thousands of photos. I gave these families, 1 to 10 pictures of this time in their lives. It could be, one family, one dad was a principal, the mom was a nurse, they had 3 kids, they had a dog. So we had these fun pictures where they're all on their laptops because they all have to work and study. I also took pictures for an older couple in my neighborhood who I adore, and Al has since passed away, but it was a picture on their porch with their neighbor's dog with the American flag. And that's the picture that Al's wife is left with.
Oh yeah, that's so great. Yeah.
So I think if we could be efficient with great pictures, we'd all be better.
We would. So what's in the future for you and photography?
Well, I've been in business for over 25 years, and it has evolved over the years. First, it was heavily portraits. I work with police departments, businesses, weddings, events, everything. I like doing a little bit of everything. I do think I want to go look into portraits that put subjects in their authentic space.
Right.
Not like just in my studio with a clean background.
Right. Yeah, I love that. And you do it best for sure. So we're going to link all of your information below, but being a mom, being an entrepreneur, being the best photographer out there, and, being a great friend who truly cares about those 3 keys to success. So those 3 keys to success are also to be keys to a great friend and a great mom, is to see something special in each person and care and capture that, treat with love and respect, and also try to be efficient to deliver every single time. So Kim, thank you so much for being on Grab Your Keys. Thank you so much for being amazing. So everyone, everything's going to be linked below, but remember to share, like, and comment, and we look forward to seeing you next time on Grab Your Keys.